Hello, good afternoon. Good afternoon. How are you doing today? Francis, welcome back to my channel. It's True Blue Thai here in Thailand, and welcome back. What's it called? It's Saturday. Saturday. One Tao Su. Yeah. What's it called? The sunset. Putiga Young. 30th of December. December, no, it's time will come. The 30th of November. For instance, around about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And it's another sunny day here in Thailand, but a bit cool for me. What's it got about 29, 30 degrees, etc. But it's a bit of a breeze out, very blunt breeze. So if I was outside there, for instance, you'd probably know it. You probably feel it, for instance. But to me, for instance, it's great. I would have gone running this morning, which would have been brilliant, but didn't. So, anyway, what's it called? Probably if you're from a cold country, for instance, in Europe, etc., for instance, you'll probably find it nice and lovely. But I woke up this morning going, gold! And I had to jump on the sofa because my partner, for instance, decided to. Lady, for instance, she decided to have the fan on, and it was freezing. I don't have air conditioning here. I don't believe in it. I think it's a waste of space. I think if you're going to live in a hot country, you've got to get used to it. So, for instance, anyway, so that's my feelings anyway. So, hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing okay. For instance, it's day before the game day. For instance, tomorrow there'll be a big, massive, anticipated game of our season. For instance, and what's it called? And it's doom and gloom wherever you look regarding Manchester City Football Club, and it's really, really puts me off. It really does. It makes me really down. And for instance, yesterday I had a fighting video. Yesterday, boom, boom, boom. And today, for instance, I feel still in a fighting mood because, quite honestly, for instance, I think things can change around, and they can change around quickly. Okay, if things go right, etc. For instance, so I'm not a happy clapper. I'm not, for instance, who's person, for instance, who doesn't know what he's talking about or blah blah blah. And again, for instance, I'm wearing a shirt today from my era, for instance, and I'll stand up in a second, etc. It's a bit big for me, but I'll tell you the reason why. And the reason why is because, for instance, I've seen. I've been, this is when I was going watching football. This is what this Man City shirt, home shirt. So of course, I've seen football throughout the ages, etc. For the times. So I haven't just woke up, etc. and just started supporting Manchester City. I've seen Man City through the thick and the thin, and and the win, the lose, the win, etc. That kind of thing, etc. So the era of Colin Bell, Francis Lee, Mike Sarby, and etc. For instance, Mike Doyle, Joe Corrigan, Ace Radford, blah blah blah, Dennis Stewart. What's it called to the likes of Banabi, for instance, Al Berkovic, for instance, and so many, and Joey Barton. For instance, can't believe that man signed my shirt. And what's it called? I spoke to him a few times. He was my hero at the time. Like, not anymore. 9320. So, for instance, and he was right in front of me. Son of a bitch. Anyway, so, we are now, for instance, say 24 hours before the game or so, and for instance, I just want to get just have that pride of my football club because I've seen it, done it, bought the T-shirt, and for instance, as you see, and for instance, I still have the great faith that Manchester City can get the job done or at least get something out of tomorrow's game because it's not a given. And if you listen to every single person, I've argued with people on Facebook, I've argued with people on God knows Instagram, Twitter, for instance, all kinds of things, saying the same thing. We're going to get stuck. It's going to be a 5-0, 6-0. Again, I've said, like I said yesterday, just because the way City are playing, the way Liverpool are playing, for instance, it looks like, for instance, it's going to be a walkover for Liverpool. Okay, I've been on too long. I've been watching football too long, and it's not always the case. So, for instance, I'm not having it at all. And I don't think Manchester City, hello, the chickens are out. You're just in time. I think he waits for me to just go start my videos. And he's stood right there. And he's got to go cock-a-doodle-doo in 1 minute. So, for instance, yeah, little son of a bitch. Yeah. Anyway, so, for instance, yeah. Anyway, so, but I do believe, for instance, that we have a chance. And while we have a chance, etc., we need to support the guys. And I want to continue supporting the guys and standing up to them. And, and wearing my colours, wearing my blue. For instance, again, for instance, and being supported of the team, for instance, which I love. For instance, I grew up with my longest relationship, and believe you me, I've had a few. And for instance, then here we go. He's just waiting. He's looking at me now. He's just waiting for him to go. I hear him 4 o'clock in the morning, all the way from across the way there, for instance, and you're like, oh, shut up. And exactly, for instance, and he stood there proud with his lady. There's only one lady today, for instance, so he's coming over. Oh, yeah, looking at me now. I used to throw out rice, and they like rice, and so here we go. Yeah, no, he hasn't done it yet, so I think he's just come over for food. Yeah, so I threw out rice, etc., and he would come over for rice. How are you doing? Yeah, how are you doing? Actually, for instance, there was a chick. I'll just show you this one, again, because again, I'm in Thailand, and for instance, and you've got to adapt to, in a Thai area, for instance, you've got to adapt to Thai things, etc. So I'm actually, there was a chick, a small chick, etc., a baby chick, and for instance, and it was with his mum, and his mother got eaten by one of the lizards, the monitor lizards. We have these massive lizards, they're great, like crocodiles, they really are huge things. And I've got what's it called? A bit of a, they're not very faithful. And what's it called? I've gone up to say hello to them, etc., and they slashed the tail at me. What's it called? And ran off. What's it called? And they're quite, like if you haven't even seen them before, you're like, wow, crocodile! Well, it's a monitor lizard, but there's sort of some here. I've got them. For instance, they build a wall here. The guys that build a wall here, for instance. But other than that, for instance, they're about 3 or 4 foot long, etc., and they can be quite intimidating to look at them, etc. But when they come along and eat all the chickens and eat all the other animals, etc. For instance, there he is. Off he goes. And this little chick came around for food. Just got born when he was walking around with his mum. And and I kept, giving him food. And then what happened is his mum got eaten by one of the monitor lizards. And then he came round here, and he was a tiny little chick, etc. And I took him in. Charlie, I called him, and he turned out to be a big cockerel. And he's massive. Honestly, I called him Charlie, and I sent him off. And he would, as he got older, for instance, he went off to procreate with all the girls and things like that. Really a good-looking guy, but he would always come back here to sleep. Always come back to where I am right now to sleep, and he was really nice. Anyway, so that was Charlie for you. But while he was over there, for instance, while I was over with the Thais, I think eating him or done something with him because I never saw him. 1 minute he was here, then it was not. But I can't go crazy because I am in the minority. There's only me here. There's only the blonde-headed guy, for instance, and for instance, here, so I can't really say anything. So, but let's get back to the point, etc. Just got to tell that small story. I miss you, Charlie, wherever you are. Anyway, so for instance, no, I'm still in my absolutely come on Manchester City feelings right now, and I don't know how the players wore this because I'm hot as it is, with the for instance, because there's no air in these shirts. Anyway, so the reason why I'm wearing this particular shirt, etc., is one of my favourite shirts because, like a couple of days ago, I showed a picture of myself and my brother getting, for instance, signing a autograph with Colin Bell, for instance, while we were taken around the ground by Helen with the bell. Ding, ding, ding. Yeah, for instance, we know her, for instance, and we were taken around the ground, and we just happened to walk in while he was doing his training session, and he was getting his knee back. And there's Nijinsky on his back, for instance, in absolute pain, with Roy Bailey pushing on his knee after Martin Buchan, for instance, who, what's it called? Because Man City won the League Cup. Won the League Cup draw, I think, 4-0. And for instance, he went in a channel and he never played again, really. What's it called? Kelvin Bell. And for instance, I remember him crying and everything. But when he saw us, etc., for instance, they were going to kick us out, but Colin said, "No, no, come here, come here," and sign, and that was my picture, for instance. And yeah, it was really, really touching. But anyway, so for instance, and my brother, God bless, passed on. For instance, got also got me this T-shirt, and for instance, it was a very special T-shirt. And the reason why it's special, and let me just jump up a little bit, because it has 3 names on it. Okay, 3 names. Colin Bell, here, there, that's, you can see that. You got Mike Summerby and you got Francis Lee. 3 names. 3 names. Francis Lee, what's it called from my era, for instance, who was listening to LB, for instance, and he's never even seen them play and things like that, which is fine because you're only young kids at the end of the day. But for instance, yeah, but it's these are my era players. But for instance, yeah, and this is a very special T-shirt. Why am I wearing it? Why is it not on a box on the wall? Well, it was in a frame. What's it called? But when I was bringing it to Thailand, I couldn't bring it in the frame. I was going to send it, but I thought, oh, you might get lost or whatever. I don't want to lose it. So I took it out of the frame, and for instance, and decided to bring it. And but I was going to buy a frame while I was going to be here, and unfortunately, I haven't got around to that. So what's it called? But I will one day. But it's my pride and joy. And every so often I put it on, but as I said, like it's massively busy and big. So, for instance, but it's my way of back in my team, the original badge. Well, one of the original badge, apart from what's it called, original badge. For instance, but from where are we from? But yeah, nice badge, very similar to what we have today. What's it called? But yeah. Anyway, so with the nice chest, but round collars. But yeah, it's a lovely, nice shirt. Let's go. But again, it's not very. It's quite thick, so it's probably good for walking around in England right now. What's it called? But not for Thailand. So I'm just going to remove it. So I do apologise. Oops. Ugh. So let's get back to point. So I can waffle a bit. I am Irish descent. Your mum just done that. So, excuse me. Anyway, um, so listening to the guys yesterday, listening to Pep and a few other people, for instance, about, for instance, like for instance, what's going on. For instance, the injuries, the Pep's determination in the not to basically, for instance, and I think he could have gone. By the way, what's it called? It's got number 8 on the back. 8. And who's number 8? Lejanski. Yeah. City. Anyway, so for instance, yeah, and we've got so his determination was a goal, and he was actually, again, for instance, I put on YouTube, etc. Put in Man City, and it's, forget about the 115. It's video after video after video after video, and it's but he came out determined yesterday, and he came out with a fight, and I was quite listening to him. And then I listened to Manchester Evening News website on theirs, the Blue, and the 2 guys in their bedrooms, Man City reporters. No Man City fans. But, for instance, and they're kind of like a little bit scathing and a bit typical reporters, etc. For instance, I've complained about them before, and I've actually mentioned a few comments to them. And I don't really like these guys at all, for instance. They're a bit sly, as it were, for instance, when they're talking about City. And so yeah, I don't know, considering the Manchester United Evening News, what's it called? Supposed to be representative of our club, etc. Or of the city. Like they're a bit catty in some of their explanations to all sorts, etc. Which I don't like. But even they said, what's the goal? Pep came out yesterday with a very determination that, for instance, he was going to get it right, and for instance, and yeah, I like Pep's, saying there's no time for crying, and there isn't no time for crying. There's no time. It is not the end of the season. Even Mike Arteta said this, like it's, and then the media, the British media especially, God, worst media I've ever known. I lived many countries, etc. For instance, British media is one of the worst. And for instance, it's like again, for instance, the reason why English people are so upset because they all they do is talk bad. They got nothing good to say, for instance. Anyway, so these guys, for instance, the British media, for instance, the guys were talking, and they would again, for instance, nobody asked about injuries. Why didn't you ask about injuries? You sat there with Pep Guardiola. Nobody asked about an injuries. Nobody asked about is Doco fit, whatever like that. For instance, maybe in the second part of the interview, probably not. So I do apologise if they have and I haven't heard it. That's a go because we've still got to wait for this stupid 10:30 deadline, etc. Blah 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 nonsense before we get the second part of the interview with Pep Guardiola. But I do like Pep's determination, and he was saying, "No, he lost control yesterday. It was a bit out of control, out of sorts." I thought it was okay. I thought it was fine. He came out to me. If it came out with a determination that, for instance, that he was, he was going to fight to the end. No time for tears. Let's get it going. For instance, and I think he's more determined than ever to get it right because the last thing he wants to do is leave on a legacy. He wants to leave on a high, and the last thing he wants to do is leave on a shy, for instance. So it's, and I mean, your corner Pep, for instance, and as long as and his skin's healing up, so he looked a lot better yesterday. I don't know whether he had a bit of cosmetic, what's it called? Bit of foundation on top of his head, etc. For instance, to make him look a lot to the scars on top of his head. But for instance, but they go. It just shows you where the man is, where his determination is. People say, "Oh, well, does Pep just have the determination to do it again? Does Pep have the motivation to do it?" Well, he's ripping his own face apart. What does that tell you? Of course he does. Yeah. So nonsense. So we didn't know anything much about injuries. Watch the training. So Diaz looking good, looking sharp. Doku looking sharp as well. So got to start Diaz tomorrow. Absolutely got to. But for instance, we'll see how it goes. Didn't see anybody else other than those. For instance, from the treatment table. For instance, they looked relaxed. They looked happy. It was the first time they talked about it. And there was a certain degree of surprise that even when I was listening to LB channel, he had that Sir Alan on. What's it called? God, I don't like him. Sorry, Alan. I don't know who you are. What's it called? But I'm not your phone because he's pretty negative. For instance, when he talks about City, and and he's not my favourite. So, for instance, I don't like negative people. For instance. I mean, I post a content, so like he's the kind of guy, for instance, who'll sit next to you before each game. I can always remember one of the last couple of seasons I was at the City, and there was a guy sat next to me. Okay, I think we stayed there for 5 seasons. I was sat in this guy, and this guy with his girlfriend. And his girlfriend was gorgeous. She really was a lovely lady. But he always said, "Oh, it's corner. We're not going to score from a corner. Oh, we've got a free kick. I bet we get nothing from this free kick. Oh, whatever." I'm like, turn around one day. I went, just shut there. Honestly, God, show a bit of confidence. And of course, when we did score for a corner, I'm like, you see, come on, show us a bit of confidence. Get some about you. But no, you just can't sign negative people. For instance, life's for living, and you got to be happy. For instance, you got to, achieve something new every single day. That's what I try to do every day. I try and achieve something new. Try to do something, achieve something. Make the day worthwhile. So, for instance, anyway, I think my loud cow and some again. So, for instance, but no, it was nice to see Pep's determination. So, what's it called? And I do believe, for instance, he can. We'll get it back. I do believe it. For instance, it's not going to be an easy fix, and we've got issues and etc. And there's no doubt. But to listen to the commentary, and again, I listened to the Premier League this morning. I've seen Gary Lineker having a go. For instance, I've seen for instance, the press having a go. For instance, there was a guy there from I think it was it was a Sunday paper. For instance, the week a black guy, a coloured guy from what you call African American, a coloured guy, black guy. For instance, my Christ, don't be so damn political correct. Anyway, so for instance, and I remember, for instance, what he says. Oh, Man City, blah blah blah. But I also remember this guy said on this same show, and it's like this Premier League show, and with the one with Steven Gerrard's sister or something like that, with Ian Wright. And this guy came up. I remember him coming on, and he was saying how who's going to win the league this season. Right, this is 2 seasons ago. You know, about a year or so, about a year or so ago, and he said Chelsea. You know, I bet on Chelsea's going to win. Where did he finish? 10th. So sorry, come on. But so whatever he says, and again, I listen to a lot of commentators and pundits, etc. I'm pinch of salt, you know, because they come out with a lot of nonsense. So anyway, so determined for Pep. Pep's in the corner, and Pep's gonna, you know, I feel for Pep. We will win with Pep. Go with Pep. Go, go, go. Any news? Calvin Phillips has been talking about how he's lost his way at City. Felt like he was confident. I was actually thinking before, what's it called? If Calvin Phillips was in the team right now, would we be any better, for instance? And I think he'd be another body, but I don't think he'd be better because I don't think he can't see the play. He was good in defence, where he can see the play, but he can't see the play, for instance. And so what's it called? And so I think he's found his niche really at Ipswich. And good luck to him. I hope he does well. You know, well done for you, Calvin. He looks a nice, really nice guy. Nobody had a bad word to say about him. Unfortunately, for instance, he wasn't to that level of Manchester City, which is funny at the moment. Who is? It's quite sorry, but no, he wasn't. He really wasn't. You know, and he was supposed to be back up to Rodri, and you know, Ken, for instance, it's unfair really because you've got him compared to the world's best CDM, and yeah, for instance, so it wasn't a fair fight, but. I feel, for instance, he's a good lad, for instance, but for instance, I think he'll probably thrive at Ipswich and do well. So good luck to him. Happy birthday to Nigel de Jong. I think he's 40 today. 40. Oh God, what would I give? What would I give? You know, my God. Yeah, 40 years old. Happy birthday. God, probably older. Makes me feel older. Anyway, so for instance, happy birthday, Nigel. For instance, again, injuries. I don't know much about injuries because, again, for instance, we don't know. Apart from, again, for instance, also the guys training and they all look pretty sharp and whatever, moving around. For instance, so there's really no team news, whatever. Heard about Erling's contract. There's supposed to be a clause if Pep goes, which will bring the low down of the clause. I think the clause is 150 million. Because I'm damn certain, even if now he was getting frustrated, I do think he'll sign and re-sign for Man City, at least. And then I think he's got 150 release calls on, but I believe it will come down if Pep leaves. But yeah, that's the rumour. Appears that Pep, there was rumours saying that when Pep went to Abu Dhabi, they were going to focus on the Champions League this season rather than actually focus on, for instance, the Premier League. You know, because he bought the T-shirt. You know, and come on, Arsenal. You know, and Mr. Big Arsenal, for instance, and great Arsenal with your new shiny stadium. What's it called? You're gonna, yeah, blah blah blah. What's it called? And you know, so we've already won it, done it, bought the T-shirt. You know, and United fans, yeah, you won it 20 times, but when are you going to do it again? It's going to be a long time before you guys get it. So, for instance, but if we do win the Champions League, etc., from where we are right now, for instance, I'll be pretty damn happy. But and I get top 4, so but we'll see. Anyway, a long way to go. Palace are in for McAtee. Another person is showing interest in McAtee. For instance, that's West Ham, Fulham, and now Palace are going to probably go for McAtee. I probably can see him go, which is probably very disappointing because I think, for instance, we got to stop selling our young players. Got to. Rafael Nadal, came for a visit. Pep loves tennis. I saw him at Wimbledon. And then, for instance, yeah. So, for instance, that cheered him up. So, for instance, yeah. So, I think he had a nice chat with that. But that's about it, really. There's not really much news, and apart from we got another 24 hours to wait before for instance, the game, and I believe it's 4:30, so it's going to be after midnight. When I'm watching it. So thank you, man, silly. I'm losing my beautiful sleep again. It's 3:00, 3 in the morning kickoffs really do my head in, especially if I'm doing anything the next day, which I probably are. But yeah, it is what it is, and so that's it. But other than that, for instance, I've never been more determined. I was listening to Nobbins, etc., for instance, and he's a pretty smart guy, and he does these tactics things, which I thought was interesting. And he mentioned about, for instance, putting newness and the importance of newness. And I think if Nunes plays, and if he play, for instance, Diaz and Nunes, to me, mega important starters tomorrow. Absolutely mega important starters, and keep it. Don't go flying up. Whatever you're showing pictures of Walker on the opposite side of the pitch. Walker, stay back. For instance, and I don't. I'm sure Liverpool will probably want Man City to get the ball so they can knock it over the top. But if Man City play a bit conservatively, be a bit, whatever, keep the longer it goes, there's going to be a lot of big Liverpool. What's it going in the first? God knows what. If we can just keep the quiet, that Anfield quiet, because it does go quiet. I really do. People sometimes it can, if things are not going their way, for instance, they go really good quiet. They all big go walk alone nonsense, etc. And then after a while, etc., it can go quiet. For instance, things are not going their way, and they get quite frustrated. And of course, so we can keep there quiet, and for instance, and keep our nerve. For instance, I do believe, for instance, we'll get a couple of chances. KDB plays and knocks the ball over to go to Erling, for instance, and if he gets 6 chances, Man City take their chances. You never know. And again, for instance, this is not a FIFA game. This is real life. And again, if I pay attention, United last season was a perfect example. Went to Anfield, got smacked up 7-0 the previous year. Worst team, terrible, blah blah blah. Oh, they're going to get done 7-0 again, and it was 0-0. So there you go. And they knocked them out of the FA Cup by United. So, it's not always written in stone. So, for instance, you've got to keep the faith. You really do, for instance. And, and remember where we've come from, for instance, and who we are. And just believe, for instance, because quite honestly, for instance, you don't turn in to the way people are talking about Man City. It's like, we're a relegation project. We're still second. We might be not second by the end of the weekend, but at the end of the day, what's it called? And I know it's unheard of for Man City, but it's just this kind of, you got to kind of say, for instance, well, how long can it go on? Is it going to go on for the rest of the season? No. I think things will get changed in January, for instance. I think we'll go out and buy players. Again, there was Ferrello and there was this Zubamendi, all mentioned. Sure, Man City are in the transfer market and getting a couple of players. And for instance, I think we need 2, maybe 3 backup striker, mid for CDM, or maybe 2 CDMs, and a defender. And if we can get that, must go. Who knows? SOS save our season. And for instance, you never know. It's what I love about the Premier League football, because you just don't know. And for instance, you've got to keep the faith. Again, I've been watching English Premier League football, for instance, or English Football League, etc. For instance, and for a long time now, for instance, and not always. It's not done until it's done. It's not over till it's over. And for instance, and I think the guys will definitely want to put up a show. But as long as they keep it tight, have Diaz in, have Nunes in for the legs, keep it tight, and have KDB playing, etc. For instance, and knocking the ball up to, and the guys just showing up. I just think, for instance, the guys will just turn up tomorrow and surprise everybody. And everybody will be, all the media will be like, because they're all expecting Man City to win, to lose. Sorry. So, but anyway, I'm gonna love you, leave you from Thailand, etc. I don't want to keep you. Yesterday's video went on for a bit long, but I was thinking not blue moon, boys in blue. So, but okay, so I'm gonna love you and leave you. I'll probably have a quick chat with you tomorrow, for instance, before the game, and whatever you're doing, enjoy. For instance, your weekends. For instance, firework display here in Palia, or in, for instance, I'm in Jomtien, for instance, but absolutely packed full of people. Thailand at the moment, a lot of people. For instance, so for instance, it was I didn't go down for the firework display, but you could hear it. And what's it called? But no, too many people, and the rooftop bars are charging ridiculous amount of money. So yeah, hotels, etc. For instance, but they're making the money while the sun shines. Make hay while the sun shines. But anyway, so we come to Thailand. take care. Don't be stupid. Wear a motorbike. Wear a hat. You know, for instance, wear a helmet. And yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna love you and leave you. So take care. Sorry, cat from Thailand. And this is True Blue Tie signing out. Take care. Bye. Ciao. Ciao. Italian.